Hey, good evening. It's Thursday, February 29th, Leap Day. I'm really excited. This is the first Leap Day I've had the opportunity to be live here on the channel with you. It's just amazing to me that every 4 years we have Leap Day. The idea actually started with the Egyptians and Julius Caesar over 2,000 years ago. They somehow figured out that the Earth took 365 and a quarter days to rotate around the sun. So they had to add an extra day to make up for it. 2,000 years ago, they figured that out. So today is that day. Today is Leap Day, that extra day. We have presidential elections, we have Olympics. Make a big deal out of it. And it is a big deal. So I'm excited to be able to have celebrate Leap Day with you. I'm even more excited to talk about what we've got going on in the passage tonight. That Paul is telling us something just mind-blowing. At least it is to me. I hope it is to you too. You and I are on display. That's the title of the video tonight. Well, how are we on display? Well, we talked about in chapter 4, verse 2 of Ephesians, these ideas of being humble and gentle and patient and bearing with one another in love. They don't seem like such a big deal. Most of those things are done and maybe nobody even witnesses them except for you and the person with you. But that's not true. These things, which appear to be small, God is having on display in the universe. That's why in the video thumbnail tonight, you've got a picture of the Milky Way. It's one way I could think of depicting what Paul is saying here. I'm going to go back and read Ephesians 3, verse 8 through 10 to set this up for us, because this gives even more context why Paul says, live a life worthy of the calling you've received. Well, we have a bigger context for that now as we look at this passage in chapter 3. Here's what Paul says. Although I am the less than the least of all God's people, this grace was given to me to preach to the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Christ, and to make plain to everyone the administration of this mystery, which for ages past was kept hidden in God, who created all things. But now, listen to verse 10. His intent was that now, through the church, to the Ephesians and to you and me, was now through the church, the manifold wisdom of God, or the multifaceted wisdom of God, according to some translations, should be made known to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly realms, according to God's eternal purpose. Through you and me, God is making known his wisdom to the rulers in the universe, in the heavenly realms, both good and bad. In chapter 6, we read about these heavenly realms, heavenly rulers in the heavenly realms and the authorities. Those are the bad guys. But there's also good ones as well. So there's both. The Bible doesn't tell us much about this. This window, and we get in Ephesians 3:10 and a couple other places like it, lets us know there's this big, vast display going on. We're not just acting. You're not just alone in your room. You're not just alone when you do something kind to someone and no one appears to notice. God notices. And all these turkeys out there in the universe, all these rulers, the authorities, God is using that to show his wisdom, show his power. His intent was that now, through the church, you and me, the Ephesians, the manifold wisdom of God should be made known to these rulers and authorities. And the word manifold, like I mentioned ago, it can also be translated multifaceted. This tells us something about the richness and the power of the Word of God. Multifaceted. You can see on the screen right now is a picture of a brilliant cut diamond. And it has 58 facets. 58 facets. And each one reflects light in a different way. That's why it's called brilliant cut. So you get a picture of this looking at this image on the screen. The Word of God is like this. it's multifaceted in terms of its application. There's one truth in each passage, but applications are just myriad. There's so many different ways. Just as that brilliant cut diamond takes light and disperses it, bouncing off those 58 facets, well, the Word of God is that rich in application, that rich in meaning. So multifaceted is a great translation here. And it lets us know what God is doing. So, me, you, when we choose to honor God, when we choose to be humble, when we choose to be gentle, when we choose to have patience, when we choose to bear with someone who's not doing well, that's on display. This awesome God that we have takes that and displays it all throughout the heavenly realms, to the Milky Way and beyond. That's mind-blowing to me. But it gives purpose to our everyday. So when someone is unkind to you, or they're not being very patient and gentle themselves, we can honor God by being humble, gentle, patient, and light up the universe and display the multifaceted wisdom of God. Because this wisdom of God fits every single situation, whether you're in a corporate meeting, whether you're dealing with a young child in diapers at home, whether you've got teenagers, whether you've got middle schoolers, whether you've got toddlers, adult children, friends, neighbors, whatever. You're displaying this multifaceted wisdom of God, not only to them, but our awesome God displays it to all the heavenly realms and the rulers and authorities there as well. Wow. Pretty good theme for Leap Day. Special thing that God has done. It's a special thing He does by giving you and me the privilege of displaying His multifaceted wisdom to each other, to our friends, to our family, and to the rulers in the heavenly realms. Wow. Thanks so much for being here tonight, and Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for His glory.